The Squatch seekers of the South, searching for truth, debunking the doubt. The answers are there if the questions don't count. The Squatch seeking seekers of the South.
Hey guys, it's Jesse. Got Chris to my left, got Jason to my right. We're here to get started and see how this goes. If anybody's logged on that has any questions for us or anything, start out that way.
They told me we were wearing hats.
You don't wear that anyway.
They told me we were wearing hats.
I always wear my hat.
Oh well.
Chris is always the last one that gets the memos for everything. He don't think.
Yeah, we're just going to have a casual meeting or
or
video today, just so you can get to know us three. There's several more of us that weren't able to make it tonight, so we're just going to kind of chill with you guys for a little bit and just talk about some of the things that are coming up.
And we are having, figuring out all the technicalities with the, what would you say?
With the video,
The
live
video
feed,
and equipment, there you go, the equipment and everything. Still working the bugs out since this is our first live stream in a while, so making sure everything's still working properly and things like that. So y'all bear with us if you don't mind.
I don't like that.
One thing we are going to hit on, though, we're going to hit on a few topics of things we have going on and coming up that we are trying to get in place.
In air right now.
I mean, you ain't got to constantly talking to anybody on the phone.
Is anybody watching before?
Yeah, and I'm one of them, and Alicia's one.
And probably Dale and Craig.
And if y'all have talked to anybody, you let your friends or family know, tell them it's time, log on. We've seen a lot of people that said they were going to join in, so we expect to see you guys. Show us some love.
Yeah, we're going to start trying to do these a couple times a month. Just kind of see how it goes and just kind of talk about some of the things that we got coming up. One thing that we're starting to plan is our, what is this? This will be our third annual East Alabama Bigfoot Town Hall.
Hey, Alicia. Y'all say hey to Alicia. She commented.
Hey, Alicia.
Hey, Alicia. Yeah, so our first one we had, roughly around 90 folks that came to the town hall, and then the second one was around 100.
187.
187. So we're hoping to grow that a little bit and get our face out there a little bit more so you guys kind of know who we are and what we do. We're also planning some expedition trips and stuff like that, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. So pretty much we're just going to kind of chat and talk.
If y'all are logged on live and watching, y'all send us a comment. Say something so we can talk to you. We just ain't sitting here rambling. Y'all have any questions about any of us in the group or what's up, Bradley? Hey, bud. We were just talking about you a few minutes ago. Still waiting to hear back from you.
It was all bad stuff.
If you leave it to him, maybe.
So we're still going to that property that's out in
Yes.
out in Salem. I don't want to give away the location where it's at. Your
road numbers and stuff like that won't be disclosed publicly, but
We're going, but we didn't set the date.
Yeah, so we still got to set the date for that.
We just said soon, which is, we can go anytime.
So that time when you went out there, if you was just checking out the creek and stuff, what happened?
I'm pretty sure I got hit in the back of the head. See, it felt like a rock. I don't know. But
Was it a tree limb?
no, it wasn't a tree limb. I was coming out of the woods.
gotcha, Bradley.
I was out in the clearing, and I got hit in the back of the head, but it seemed like a rock. I couldn't find it. There was a lot of stuff, but so I kind of backtracked, got where I was.
Hey, Bradley, can you hear us good?
So there was nothing overhead, and so I believe it was thrown.
You probably just stood up too fast and hit a tree limb.
No, there was nothing. There was nothing.
There's nothing above your head?
100% nothing close to it. He's not saying if he can hear us or not.
It's got a delay in it. You got to give it a minute.
That's why I don't like watching this.
He's one of the old timers of the group. You got to bear with him, guys.
But you'll get used to it.
This is worse than that filming that day because they didn't have the stuff we faced that day. They didn't have it on the
I
big
do
screen.
live video
You were
conferences
hiding
all the
them all
time at work,
around the
so I'm
booth.
used to it.
No, I'm talking about the couple weeks back.
You, don't,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
just don't even look at yourself. You just look at the chat.
That delayed.
All right, hold on, Brad. We're going to bring these mics a little
Let me
closer.
see.
Let us know how that is.
I can't really hear you very well.
Yeah, we're gonna have to work on that.
Yeah, like we said, we're still working out some of the bugs on the audio and everything, so it's been a while since we've had any of this stuff out.
It's like you got the mic too far away.
Thanks for the feedback, Bradley. We're trying.
That means talk louder.
Well, I guess that these are made to clip on the inside.
They are. We're definitely gonna have. If we're gonna do more lives, we're
You know,
definitely
we
gonna
should
have to
bring
get a microphone.
that boom mic, and then we can just
Yeah,
hang
that'd
it.
be awesome. We had to cut everything off around us, so
Yeah.
it'd pick up everything.
It'll pick up the fan.
And so the property that we were just talking about, where Chris said he got hit in the head with a rock or something.
Something was thrown.
We've done a lot of audio recordings out on that property. We've got some really crazy sounding stuff.
I was fixing to grab my phone and play a couple of them, but it's in service right now.
It is in service, yeah. Yeah, we'll have to get someone to analyze it, kind of like Dale's
Yeah.
video. That was
That
pretty
would
cool
be-
with Dale.
Especially the holler, scream, or whatever we got recorded.
Yep.
That needs to be get someone to analyze it, or we get that software. Just software.
Spectre analyzer or something like that.
Wouldn't be that expensive, man.
I guess it depends like anything else, how much money you want to spend on something. We had 7. What happened to you guys? We're back down to 5.
It said, "You suck."
Yeah.
He said, I can hear the gentleman on the computer better than anyone. You're a gentleman, Chris. Jason. Well, if he's a gentleman, what are me and Chris?
Well, it's probably because that mic right there is not close enough. I guess if you're
It's
gonna
got to
talk,
be in the middle of
if
both.
you're gonna talk, just pick up the microphone.
Well, Chris doesn't want to talk very much, so
I'll stick it rear up.
I guess I'll hold the microphone close to me.
Well, you got it over there. And they definitely can't hear me now. Which is fine.
Talk louder.
Just lean towards the mic when you talk.
Yeah.
For now.
I'm trying to lean out of it.
Chris don't do very well being on camera, y'all. So
No.
y'all got to bear with him.
He'll do better.
I'll do better, but it doesn't help that there's a big screen TV that we have to watch ourselves on while we're doing it.
You don't have to look at the TV.
So you can't
just
just
look to the comment section.
You can't just pretend you're just hanging out talking. It's like bam, it's in your
Bradley
face.
said picking the mic up didn't do anything. And
Interesting.
Alicia said, do we have any exciting trips coming up soon to get out in the woods?
Maybe it's just
We actually do.
Yeah.
maybe it's just picking it up off of the phone
So
itself.
most of us are going on the 13th.
Well, yeah, some of us, I won't be able to go, but a few of us are going down to Lower Alabama on the 13th for a weekend excursion.
Did you cut him off? He probably don't have mics right there. He turned it off and back
No,
on.
it ain't. It's on.
Okay.
But it's property we've been to a few times and got a lot of activity, and actually the thermal footage that we've shared, we've got is where we're headed. I want to try to get down there the following weekend myself and go down there with Stacy Brown. A lot of y'all in the Bigfoot world should know.
I think it's just picking it up from the phone.
Oh, you don't think this is working? Hello?
It's working because it's picking me up.
Yeah, he thinks it's just how was that?
No, it didn't do anything. So it's just picking up the audio from the phone.
We are planning on this coming up week, before some of us take off to go down to Lower Alabama, we're going to check out some properties we've been to a few times here around home. And we actually have some things put out on the property now, not necessarily a gift, way. But we tried thinking outside the box on doing some things to get some activity ramped up and stuff like that. So it's been a while since we've been able to get out there and check on it. So it's gonna be time to get out there and take back up on that and see if we've had anything. For sure, that'll be me and Chris and assuming probably Jason if he's able to go.
Brian said he was going to go.
Okay,
What are we
Brian will be
talking
with
about?
us.
Out at A's place?
Yeah, that's what we just call it.
Yeah, we're going
A's
A's
place.
place.
Project A.
Yeah.
And actually on that property we have a series of dirt roads and a lot of wooded land that butts up to that property that anyone can have access to. A lot of it's leased private hunting property, but the dirt roads are county accessible. So there's a lot of places you can get to out there, and it's pretty popular from where we're from.
I feel like my legs are like just riding like.
Y'all can look it up online and check out Ghost Town from Salem, Alabama. It's a pretty cool backstory and everything behind it.
Oh yeah, it's got tons of stories. That the filming crew said that they were going to drive down there because they actually did a scene from Eli Stroud Cemetery.
I drove by.
Oh yeah, Chris told me about that. That's gonna be pretty cool.
I'm looking forward to seeing that, watching it when it comes out.
Yeah, so we were in a movie. Woo! So that'll be something exciting that will come out later this year, and so whenever it does, we'll share that with you guys. I'm sure we won't have a major part in it, but we'll have a few scenes, I'm sure.
And we would definitely be on camera and sharing some experiences and things like that.
Back up to 7.
Yeah.
Bradley said way better the closer you got to the phone.
Yeah, we had a couple fans on because we're actually sitting out on my back porch, so it's hot, and so I turned those off, so hopefully that helped a little bit.
Hey, if you're on and watching, drop us a comment. Say hey. If you got a question for any of us, either the three of us or anyone else in the group, or anything about what we do, who we are, drop a comment.
So when are we going to try to plan on going out to Arch? Because we're going South Alabama on the 13th, and then you're going the week after,
We'll
right?
try to go the weekend after with Stacy.
We need to go next weekend. This weekend coming up, because it's just
Yeah, because
We
I'm
need to
going.
go before y'all go down there.
that's next weekend. Because
I'm going to
we
San
go
Diego.
to
I'm going to San
A's next
Diego.
weekend. Then the next weekend
Hey
we
Angie.
go to
Oh,
Low.
yeah, it's only the first, isn't it?
Y'all say hey.
Hey, I don't. You
Who
took
was
the
saying
chat
that?
down. I don't know. You took the chat.
Oh,
down.
I'm sorry. I covered it up. Angie.
Hey, Angie.
Angie, you're from Molina, right? Isn't that where we met her? I believe so. I'm not sure. We went to some Squatch thing up in Molina. Me, Chris, and Craig did.
Yeah.
I believe that's where Angie was. I'm not sure. Let us know if that's where you were at. Was in Molina.
Got down to 5.
Well, actually, we won't be here this weekend anyway. We're leaving Friday to go up the
Well,
road.
if nothing else, let's go out there one evening,
That's what I was
and then
thinking.
we can go to about 10, 11, and then
You'll have to come down this way, Brad, and
Oh, yeah, when
check
I
out some of the areas around here, maybe for a day or two.
Angie
She
said
said-
she helped
yeah.
with Molina, but not from there.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I wasn't able to go on that trip.
It's pretty cool. That's where they had the Elkins Creek
well, were you able to go?
I don't think you told me about it.
footprints. Have you ever looked up that story, Elkins Creek? I think it was a sheriff's deputy or someone that found and cast some footprints up there.
I think I've read bits and pieces of it. I don't think I've read the
Yeah.
whole article.
So they have a
Done a whole
big-
lot of
big-
research on it.
Bigfoot festival thing up there.
That's cool.
It was cool. So we'll definitely have to check that
I'm
out
not in
again
there.
this year.
It's got a lag.
I know.
Chris disappeared on us. He'll be back in a minute. Oh, there you
But when you said that, I was already sitting here.
go.
I remember the lag.
Hence the lag. Hence the lag.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to work on the microphone situation. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't know why that's not working.
That boom mic would definitely. But
Oh, your microphone.
yeah, shotgun mic.
Oh yeah. I don't know how you can connect it to the phone though.
Yeah.
But next time we're going to try to do it with the laptop. And actually, I'm going to get a separate camera for it too, and then that way we can stream to YouTube and Facebook at the same time,
That's perfect.
just like we do at church. I can use the same software, vMix.
So we have started getting ready to plan our 3rd annual town hall, as Jason said a few minutes ago. Still working on the venue, and anybody that has any speakers that they can think of that you might want us to try to get, throw some ideas out there. I'm not going to say any names of people that we've talked about already because we're not sure if they'll be able to, and we don't have dates locked down for sure yet. But any ideas, anything you guys want to see, please comment, message us, let us know.
Oh yeah, we can.
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that.
Let's go. Let me see if I can figure out how to get there from here.
We're going to jump on. Jason's going to jump on over here to the main page, and going to try to answer some of these questions from earlier and talk about some of the things that were posted.
So that was one. It's got 5 comments, so we can talk about that one first. So we posted a few questions on our Facebook page in the group and on our main page. One of the questions was, why do you think Bigfoot remains so elusive despite modern technology? And we can talk about some of the comments that people gave. One of y'all can read that.
Jason Brooks, top fan. I don't think they're too different than most animals. They can smell us, hear us, and see us before we ever see them. I've been in the woods many times and walked past deer bedded down in a thicket only to have it bolt out after I walked by. I do think they're intelligent and learn our habits, especially if they stay in close proximity. I do 100% agree with that. They are very intelligent beings. I've done a lot of deer hunting myself and been in the woods a lot, so they do, especially turkey. They can see you before you ever get there. They smell you. It is hard to sneak up on one.
Just your regular animals, fox, bobcat, you never see them. I mean, you do catch them on trail camera, but
True.
The squirrels will definitely let everything in the forest know that you're there with their barking and chattering. They do. But I fully believe they can learn our habits if they stay in an area long enough and get enough human, not necessarily interaction with a human, but to see and watch from a safe distance. You know, they learn habits and things like that. I've listened to many podcasts and people come in and comment on things, and there's been numerous accounts I've heard that people will have face-to-faces with these things, and they'll be, out hunting, and, they go to raise their rifle or their firearm, or it becomes visible to the Sasquatch, that they kind of lose their mind and start freaking out. They know what a gun is. They don't know. I don't think they know we know what it is, but they know it's bad. And some interactions have went badly, and some have not. So they're definitely very intelligent. And if you look back and read into Indian folklore, there's a lot describing battles and things like that with them in the older times.
They were the primitive ancestors.
Yeah.
John Irvin talked about that a little bit, saying basically, while our primitive ancestors focused on tools, weapons, and technology, Bigfoot focused on being stealth, survival skills, and how to blend in with the environment. And that's for certain. I mean, we've been out in the woods many times. We've heard knocks and stuff, and generally they're way off in the distance. And then when we caught that on thermal, we didn't hear anything.
Absolutely.
We saw some lights, orbs, ghost lights, gas lights, whatever you want to call them. We don't know. But soon after that is when we saw a heat signature that resembled a Sasquatch. And that was probably, 2 to 3 minutes that we were able to see it, and we turned away for just a brief second, turned back, and it was gone.
John Burton said, in the first place, they are not stupid. 100% agree with that. They know what man has done, is doing, and may do. Agree with that also. They, like I said, they stay enough in close enough area, they see and mimic and understand things we do from good to bad. And I believe there are people out there that may have them on their property that have learned to coincide with them and been around property enough with these things. They know more, but most people are scared to come out and say things because they don't want to be ridiculed and laughed at and made fun of. And the more you dig, you find reports that are got more information than others. Some are very slim, don't make a whole lot of sense. Some are very good and detailed.
Yeah, I mean,
it just depends. And I agree, man does destroy everything that he does not understand and fear. And to kick a can, the government hides a lot.
yeah, and to talk about the encounters and experiences from the local people that we've talked to in our area who attended our town hall that feel like they do coexist with these creatures, and their encounters were so much more in detail than pretty much anything that you see on BFRO.
And they're just not telling anyone about it.
Right, and
They're
so
not.
those types of encounters are just not reported, not officially anyway, because they don't want people coming out to their property
Exactly.
and asking them questions. And it took all we had just to get a couple people to actually even tell us about it.
He didn't. That one guy really didn't want to talk about it.
Yeah, and so I mean it's emotional for some people. You know, they're scared and some have fear. And
speaking of that, people that have these things on their property that learn to coincide with them, and vice versa. Most of us here in this group feel like they do migrate like any other animal. They don't stay stationary in one place. But if any animal really finds a good food source and is like a cat or a deer or birds that you feed, they keep coming, they stick around because they know there's food. People think that gifting these things is a good idea. Necessarily, I don't believe it is, depending on if you have them on your property, how you interact with these things and how they treat you being there. It could be good or bad. Nobody really knows how they take the gifting. We think we're doing them a favor by giving them apples or corn or food or candy, and we could just be enticing something to them and their brain that could turn them on a rageful path. Or there's been many encounters we've heard about, not personally, podcasts and things like that, with they've actually ran people off their property. It's gotten so bad, and some come around, don't make a lot of noise. They see them, they see them, and they go on about their business. There's good and bad stories. I think they're like any other animal. They have good days and bad days. It kind of just depends, what you got.
Yeah, and speaking of gifting and like food sources and stuff like that, out of that piece of property, found that thing that kind of looks like a tool for crushing or cracking open.
Cracking them nuts out there.
Yeah, so it's deep in the middle of some woods. We found this rock that's kind of shaped, and it looks like someone or something,
like a boulder with that other rock on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, had been using it to crack nuts because the rock is kind of worn out where it's been used. So it's kind of weird. We don't really know how to explain that, but maybe it's Bigfoot's little table. We don't know.
Yeah, we do.
Because we have some, but
We need to get a camera out there and record the whole thing.
Yeah, here's another question that we posted, and it's got more comments. Want to read it?
Still. It took me a second to realize that's where it was. I was looking at Dale's name. I know you logged in, Dale. Hey, do you think Sasquatch is more of a flesh and blood creature, spiritual being, or something in between?
Yeah, so a lot of you guys responded to that one. So
I think before we start putting out, saying something to the answers, I think the three of us should give out what we think. Because I think we all, to an extent here, think a little bit differently on that. So Chris, you go first. And
I think.
But speaking of it first, before we do that, no one truly knows.
That's what I mean. That was fixed to be my answer.
So I mean, all we have is guesses.
you gotta have a hypothesis. You gotta think.
I think
in
it's
your own
somewhere in
mind.
between. I think when it's when people see it, it's flesh and blood. But I really believe there's something else there.
Yeah, I mean, there's all sorts of things. I mean, there's the fallen, fallen angel theory.
That's
with
what
the
I lean
giants
towards,
in
but
the
just
Bible,
because
so.
it seems like it kind of makes sense.
There's so many different ways you can go with it.
Because how does it just disappear a lot of times?
It depends on how far down said rabbit hole you want to go with that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of encounters where people have found tracks or footprints, they'll see several, and then they're just gone. So
a lot of people think they're interdimensional and can travel that way.
I don't think so.
A few weeks ago, I actually heard a very interesting and wild out there encounter.
I want you to say this
someone
word
told
right
me about
here.
with that.
Gigantopithecus.
Gigantopithecus. That gets a little too biblical with it for me.
No, that's not biblical.
It is Gigantopithecus.
No, it's
in
not.
the Bible. Yes, it is.
No, the Aztec
Some of that
Indians
feeling and all.
in Mexico, supposedly they found a.
Gigantopithecus is not.
All right, y'all ain't got to argue
I'm
between
not
each
going to
other.
argue with this guy.
In Mexico, they found like a pit where some giants were buried, hundreds of millions of years ago or whatever.
But that's not giant.
That's the stem of it. I'm not going to argue with this guy. My outlook on what it is, I do
we need a fact check.
100%. I do 100% believe it is a flesh and blood animal.
Did she fact check it?
No, Angela commented against
I do not believe
gotcha.
that they are interdimensional. Not saying that they cannot be.
Okay, he's got it.
Just in my mind, I don't think that they are. I lean more toward it's not a monkey, but not a man either. It's more along the lines of an unevolved Neanderthal.
Can we get a
type
fact check on
species.
Gigantopithecus? Because it's not in the Bible.
Right.
Giants are in the Bible.
I didn't say
and
giants, you
it's
said
the stem of it.
Gigantopithecus.
It's the stem of it, because you got to get technical. You got to get. I'm not. We'll do this after the live video.
So Angela, just to
Fact check
back
that,
up a little bit, because we weren't looking at the chat, but yeah, our last town hall was pretty amazing. There's a few things that we wish we would have did a little different. We didn't do a lot of audience participation, which we did do in our first one. So we're going to focus more on that in our next one, so that way we can hear some of you guys' stories and experiences and stuff during our town halls, and not so much listening to speakers all day long. So we're going to make a few changes there. Let's see. Yeah. You also said that they're still as organic as the day God made them, and absolutely, we believe that as well. So we'll go back to.
Look, I'll pick this back up after the fact, so I can back up my stuff.
No.
I'm not arguing with you on live to these folks about this. They don't care.
All right, so we have Michelle. She believes that they are flesh and blood, descended from
Gigantopithecus and evolved.
Just her opinion. I mean, all of these are going to be just our opinion because
Wesley Turner said Bigfoot is one cool dude. Is all I can say. Tell you right now. Bunch of laughing emojis. I believe if you run across the right one, he would be pretty cool.
So far, the experience that you had, it probably wasn't a cool one.
I think that
because he screamed or
I think he
growled
growled at me.
Yeah.
I think he was letting me know that he wasn't happy that I was there. The way that I took that.
It is not a biblical concept.
Don't start. Jeff T. Smith's Flesh and Blood. Jason Brooks, Flesh and Blood. Again, a variant of Gigantopithecus. Flesh and Blood. Most of you guys are leaning toward Flesh and Blood, it looks like. Sam Burton said it is a physical being of spiritual origin. I think a lot of people think spiritual is ethereal, if I said that right. No, when it comes into our world, it takes physical form. It eats, defecates, and apparently has babies, but it is not of our world, though some may choose to live here. That is a very good outlook, and
That's probably
short
that's
but
probably
very
kind of-
good definition of how to put that. There has been a lot of cases where people with the interdimensional thing, they see the orbs and things, lights and things like that, either before an encounter happens or after. A lot of people say they coincide pretty well with a lot of sightings.
That's kind of where I'm at, because if I was to see a Bigfoot in the woods or Sasquatch or whatever, as I would see a bear in the woods, I would absolutely 100% say that it's flesh and blood. But the only experience that I've had, we saw some type of lights several different times, and then we saw what we thought was it was some type of creature, but we assumed that it may be a Sasquatch. And a lot of other stories that I've read and talked to people about, there's always some type of other oddity to it. It's just not some type of animal. So I don't know. I guess hopefully maybe one day we'll find out, and maybe this group will be the ones to do that. But
Serafina Whatnot said you need to put science first. Methodology. The D is silent. Bigfoot is not a religion. LOL.
True.
That is true. I don't think any of us in this group believe that it's any type of religion. You start getting into science and bringing in religion into it. Just about anything that you can bring up and talk about, science and religion always come together and cross.
Or spirituality.
And spirituality.
Science
and just about
science is going to go based on flesh and blood mythology.
Not 95% of it is what you can see and touch and feel and prove, but that's the great thing about a mind. You can wonder with it also. You can come up with your own ideas, your own opinions, so I do not put all my eggs in one basket of science or religion, because again, no one really knows.
Dale's got the best answer.
All the above.
Yep.
That's why you're the group expert, Dale. Let's see, Jason Price. If I leave beliefs out of it, I know it was physical, it was there, it was big, and then it was gone. However, the before and after of experience with orbs, etc., hell if I know, unexplained. You got to throw your hands up because you don't know. All you have is opinion.
Yeah,
and not everyone's opinion is the exact same. So
true.
Nobody technically is wrong.
It was a cool experience.
Absolutely. Adam Woodwalker believes they can shift from physical to non-physical, hence with the lights and the interdimensional thing, but feel they definitely have a human-like flesh and blood aspect. So science, spirit, mystery. Good way to look at it. You're open-minded, and you hit on all subjects, not just one, so that's good. Open-mindedness is key.
Let's see. Oh, Flat Rock's on here.
Flat Rock!
Flat Rock.
What's going on, buddy?
Let's see. So Brad has a question.
Jack Link's beef jerky. I think the Jack Link's beef jerky Squatch is like a fourth removed, somebody's friend's cousin's uncle.
You think he likes it?
No.
Everybody likes it.
Surely Sasquatch is going to like
I
beef
think
jerky.
I think he likes it.
Has anyone seen the 1970s episode of...
You're right, Angie. That's what I was thinking of. I'm sorry. The Nephilim.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry.
The 1970s show
If I
Bionic
offended
Woman.
anyone, I'm sorry.
Bionic Woman when she met Sasquatch.
That was funny.
That was some pretty
I remember
awful.
watching all that as a kid.
That was funny.
Kind of
That was
forgot
some-
about a lot of it.
The acting in that is so terrible.
I like how when they hit the rock,
The
how
effects in there.
slow they move
The
away.
effects in there are so horrible too. I tried to post that on our group, but due to copyright issues, NBC would not allow it. So
That's crazy.
look it up. Bionic Woman and Sasquatch.
Flat Rock, if you're still on, bud, how's it going down there? You had any activity here lately? Brandon Prince, what's up, bud? He believes they're flesh and blood.
There's a lot of folks that believe flesh and blood. I wonder
If you can,
how they came
if you can see
that.
it and touch it. I mean, if you've seen one and touched one that had a physical
Right.
encounter with one, then I mean, you for a fact know that whatever it was
was flesh and blood.
can touch. You can feel it.
I go like the one guy. I think it's somewhere between. I don't think it's just flesh and blood, because I think if it was, that we wouldn't be even having this discussion.
You reckon when we get to heaven, we'll find out?
That's my question.
Might
I'm
still be
asking.
looking up there.
That one question you
Might
get
be.
to ask God. That's my question. Is if I never find out, is he real? I want to know.
He's real. I feel
He's
it.
real.
If Sasquatch or Bigfoot is not real, there's something
There's
that
a lot of
is
liars.
real.
Because
There's a lot of
everybody
liars.
can be lying.
Yeah.
There's a
Not
lot of
everybody.
liars.
It's been around way too long, and way before technology even got anywhere close to what it is now.
True.
And
But just
that's
in our
just what
brief
people.
experience.
That's just what people come out and say.
I came into this as a non-believer. I was like, whatever. I'm like, Bigfoot, come on. But I've never been.
He used to
I've
give me
never
all kinda
looked at it.
crap
I've
about
never considered it. Never
I never really
researched
got
it.
into it or thought about it until, I started working with him, for him, and he made me listen to Wes Germer's podcast, Sasquatch Chronicles,
Yeah.
and I used to hate it. Like I like to listen to music when I work. I like to put my headphones in, get off of
He
my own
fussed
little
all
world,
day.
and just
stay on your
vibe
phone.
out and work. And
stay on your
hey,
phone.
I've gotten better about that. But he would get on to me for having headphones, so I was forced to listen to whatever he played, and it could be Jimmy Buffett,
Flat Rock said it's going good.
it could be Sasquatch Chronicles, and over a short amount of time, I actually got into listening to it, and now it's my favorite podcast, and that's just about all I'll listen to. From time to time, I'll be in the truck or working with my headphones in, and that's what I got playing. I've had a few experiences.
Is my phone about to go dead?
Some places it's got 20%.
It better not. Yeah, you
Well, we're over our 30 anyway that we were shooting for, but still.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, it's not going to be that big of a deal.
So
I totally am. I wouldn't say like Dale does. I'm a knower, because I don't know, because I haven't physically touched or seen one, but I've had a strange, scary, life-altering encounter that I did have, and I could say before I believed, and depending on who I would talk to, I would probably say it with a little bit of hesitation, but now there's no hesitation whatsoever. I'll tell anybody that asks me, or if it comes up, I totally believe these things are real, and if that thing can be spiritual, I don't want to get on its bad side.
right. I think for me, like I said, I was a non-believer, but I got into helping Chris out with the town hall, the first town hall, and just listening to some of the podcasts that he had been sharing. Plus, I know that he had an experience as a kid, but I've never really given it much thought. But after going to the first town hall and speaking to and listening to some of the local people talk about it, I was leaning a little bit more towards, well, that's weird. There's definitely got to be something. So let me look into it. So I started doing a little research on my own, and then of course we started going out on expeditions and things, and going out to some property, going out to Ghost Town, and some of the things that we've seen, heard, and captured on audio and video really persuaded me more to believe that if it's not a Bigfoot or Sasquatch, it is definitely something that's not normal, I guess. I don't know.
Real quick, before we wrap this up, we went a little bit over than what we was going to plan on doing our first time, but let's the three of us give our opinion on how some of these sightings happen. What do you think? Do you think it's dumb luck, or do you think it might be a juvenile, or one that's just roved out?
I think the road crossings are weird, because if it's so intelligent, and a lot of times it's a single car from most of the stories, why would it cross in front? I think those want to be seen for some reason. Because it could just wait a second across behind and would never be seen.
Well, that's thinking with our type of logic. I mean,
Right.
We have no idea what type
Yeah.
of logic that they have.
But those are,
I kind of think it's 50% dumb luck to have one, and 50% they want to be seen for whatever
I
reason.
think there's a lot of times they want to be seen.
Is there,
For them to be so elusive and
We'll just say early March right now.
to themselves,
well, that,
that's my opinion. It's probably going to be middle to late March.
yeah, we're thinking
We
the town
talked about
hall.
the other
Yeah, it's going to be in March.
More than likely the middle to the end of March.
Yeah, Flat Rock said he used to be a total denier, but not anymore. And yeah, Flat Rock, we definitely know. We've heard
Absolutely.
quite a few of your experiences, and some of them sound pretty terrifying.
Bradley, that's a good way to put that. Territorial. They're like any other animal or being. They want to try to plant roots and stay in one area. Or mating season, they're definitely going to be territorial. Most animals are known to be that way, with young and good food sources and things like that. So I agree with that.
Brad thinks we should have a town hall in West Alabama. I don't know if we're ready for a road tour, but
Yeah.
we may consider doing something small. Just get a few of our researchers together and just do something at a library or something like that.
That would probably be fun.
Yeah,
Just,
'cause I know
just
that-
small.
Yeah, I know Dale's done a few things at a library, so yeah, we could work on something like that.
Yeah, we'll look into that. We'll do some research on that for sure.
The one lady had a suggestion, I think Angie, if you go back for a speaker, then go back further. We missed a lot of them while you had that other page up.
Greg Ogle or something?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Greg Ogles. So we'll have to check him out. I don't recognize the name.
I don't.
Was that a recommendation for
I
her?
think so, yeah.
Or was she just trying to
But it
tag
was,
you?
it's just-
No, I think that's when we were asking for recommendations on speakers.
Okay.
Alicia's indecisive, but she does believe they're real.
But we can't get her to camp.
She will not go in the woods.
She's
camp.
never going to find out because she won't go camp or anything.
It's hard to
Yeah,
get around
I don't
the
think
woods
that you
during
can
the day.
convince anyone
No, they
to
have to
believe
experience
anything.
it.
Whether or not
Until you
Bigfoot is real or
experience
not, it's something that you have to experience on your own.
So you're standing there and see the lights floating in the woods, and it's in wintertime, so it's not a firefly.
A lot of folks say that those lights are ghost
Brian
lights.
got on.
Who?
Brian,
Ah.
as one of the newest members of the group who is late to this live, it's okay. We'll forgive you. I was previously a skeptic who attended one of the outings I was invited to. What I witnessed, I still can't explain to this day, other than a Squatch. That weekend changed my mind completely, and it took me beyond just watching shows from the couch about Bigfoot. Would love to see another soon.
Absolutely. Well, we got the 13th,
Yep.
and then whatever the next weekend is.
We're going to get into a lot more outings this go around this year.
Yeah, there needs to be a lot more.
And we kind of simmer down a little bit in the warmer months, but we've been talking about that also. We're going to start getting out, do more investigating during the warmer months. See if we can figure out how these things move when
Well,
it's
it's about
hot.
to be the cooler months now, so we can.
Well, we're getting back into the cooler months. It's still
Yeah.
pretty hot where we're at.
If any of you guys watch this video that are on it right now, or
What's
if you're
up, Tyler?
or if you watch it later, if you're local to the Smith Station,
Yeah,
Columbus, Georgia,
Auburn,
Auburn,
Smith Station, Columbus,
yeah,
Harris County, Eufaula, Sylacauga.
yeah, if you're local to any of those areas, reach out to us, especially if you have any experiences or if you have land that we could potentially camp on or investigate, or if you want to become a more involved member. Right now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us, something like that, 9, something like that. Core members, but we're always open to expand with the right people. Of course, we don't want to go in the woods with someone that's crazy, but
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
but
And,
yeah,
and
reach
again,
out.
if anybody has any topics they want us to hit on, the next live, or if y'all have any questions for any of us, let us know. If you don't want to be outed and your name or anything put out there, it doesn't have to be. We can do everything anonymously. With jobs and family and stuff like that, you don't want to be ridiculed and talked about. So there's that possibility that you have to be completely anonymous if you want to be. So don't be scared to reach out to any of us and let us know if you just want to say hey, or if you've had some kind of encounter or just your thought process on everything. Reach out to us and let us know.
Absolutely. If you got any topics that you want us to kind of go over on our next live, comment on this video or send us a message. This was our first one. We were just kind of flying by the seat of our pants, but we'll try to get more organized as we go along.
Well, we appreciate everybody that did log in and held in with us, and all the support and the comments and everything that's going on with the page and the team, everything we do behind the scenes, and all the love we've apparently gotten on YouTube and stuff we didn't know about, even though Jason here runs the page. Been a lot of great things we've seen be said about us and everything, so we appreciate that and all the support from all y'all and the love for the big guy.
Yep, so we'll see you guys at the next one. Till then, have a good one.
Stay squatchy.
Why is this not playing?
I think you should have said, what did Roselle used to say? Lord
Who?
willing and the creek don't rise.
Yeah, something like
And the
that.
Squatch seeking seekers of the South.
So we're still on right now. Look, we need to create. Because I can sit here with it if you go.
Alabama, near the Georgia line.
We should do like they do all
Mighty
the
Chattahoochee running deep.
But I'm saying, I didn't sit here without it.
There's talk of heavy creatures running
It's just that giant
about.
monkey that they found 1 foot long across.
And Squatch
It could have been a regular giant.
based
It
on
could have been
the
that
South.
It's some 8 foot.
Of the South.